Hello everyone, this is Dr. Mariam Narona. This video has been prepared for the benefit of all third year students of the BCom course or any student who has to study mercantile law or say business law as a part of any course. The objective of preparing this video is to give some really quick tips to you so that you can prepare well for your exam. I know that a lot of students find law very intimidating. They find it a little exhausting to study it, and my objective is to show you how you can make this really easy for yourself. So I hope these tips help you, and let's begin now. The first and most obvious thing to do is to prepare ahead. Please do not wait till the last minute to study law. This is because sometimes we tend to have this misconception that I will find it difficult to remember something. Particularly it will be difficult for me to remember all the sections and definitions of relating to law, and therefore I should keep it till the last minute so that it remains fresh in my mind. But please do not do this, because you will find it really overwhelming and difficult. This is how you make things difficult for yourself, because you wait till the last minute, or you think that let me just tackle this in the just 1 week before the exam. That will not help at all. So please prepare ahead, because when you prepare ahead, after that each time you revise, you will just be reinforcing, and in fact it will be much more easier to remember if you prepare ahead, revise and reinforce. It's always beneficial to have a strategy in life, and that applies to your studying and your preparation for exams as well. And in case of mercantile law or business regulatory framework or any law related subject, even company law, I would say, for second year, it is always beneficial for you to tackle the difficult things first. So there's this book by Brian Tracy, it's called Eat That Frog. That means tackle the most difficult and a task which you don't really like or you have no affinity for. That's like the last thing you want to do, but you should do it first. So when you are studying, please take up topics which you find difficult first for anything, whether it is for preparing notes or it is for revision purposes or it is for solving question answers or just preparing your points for that. Please tackle the difficult things first. Now, the over dependence that we have on gadgets is literally killing the habit of writing, and which is detrimental to your preparation for exams. Because if you don't have practice writing, then you get very tired in the exam if you are going to give a written exam. But right now what we are looking at really is a scenario where probably offline written exams will not be possible, and it may be an online proctored exam format. So still, even though you have an online exam, the importance of having a little notebook for yourself, which is like a ready reference. This should be, ideally you can practice this for all subjects. I'm mentioning this specifically in case of law, because students tend to find law very difficult. So you should have a little notebook, and in that you should prepare a list of chapter wise definitions and meanings of concepts, terms. All this should be there first. Then if you cannot remember sections, then please do not write the sections in the exam. Don't write the wrong section. It's better you don't write the section. If you can remember, it's very good. Then remember to write those also down against the definition and concepts when you are making your notes. And the other thing I would suggest for preparation is making tables and charts. Now, whenever you're studying concepts, like if you're studying something like arbitration and conciliation, it is easy for you to learn it if you make it as a, in the form of a table where you write the points of differences, and you are able to understand exactly the difference between the concepts. This is a very quick way to learn. Then you can always make charts, like for say a process, something like what is a procedure for grievance redressal under the Consumer Protection Act. So right from the cause for complaint arising, you filing a complaint, till getting a judgment or a resolution of your matter, whatever is the process, you can prepare a flow chart. So you can prepare even charts which show hierarchy or interrelationship, like types of contracts. You make a chart based on what is a broad classification, and then under that, so at a glance it will be very easy for you to remember and retain that information. I'm just suggesting some topics for a preparation of tables in your little notebook. And ideally, I would say intellectual property rights, you should be preparing a table. Why? Because it's an important chapter for you, and it is in your second term. So obviously you would be greater weightages assigned to the second term, because you've already been tested on the first term earlier in the form of a written internal exam. So intellectual property rights, you can prepare a table where you have across, say, copyright, patent, trademark, all of these designs, all of these things, GIs. You make a table where you distinguish on the basis of what do you mean by that particular IPR, what are the rights that you get by that particular IPR, what is the term of it, how do you register it, how can you renew it, things like that. So when the table is there, it will become just a very quick reference for you, and you'll be able to study very quickly because of that. Then I already mentioned arbitration and conciliation. Even some topics like sale and agreement to sell, a table makes it very easy for you to remember, because all of it would be ideally on one page, or one central spread across which you write it. I'm just suggesting a few topics for preparation of charts or mind maps also. Now you get a lot of help online as to how you can use mind maps, but even if you don't know, please don't feel like, oh, now I have to figure out what's a mind map. You can even prepare simple charts. So I would say any procedure for grievance redressal, like I mentioned, in case of the Consumer Protection Act, classification and kinds of contracts, I've already mentioned that. So you could probably consider those, something like that on those lines. Or you could even say, in case of breach of contract, which are the different ways in which a contract is breached, or performance of contract. For these things you can or say agreements opposed to public policy, you can prepare a little chart, and it will just be very easy for you to remember it. Something which you need to pay attention to is solving question papers, previous year's question papers. You should do that. It's not only something which you should restrict to preparation for accounts and costing and auditing and things like that. Try to solve. When I say solve, I don't mean writing out exhaustive answers, but making a list of points and a little bit of explanation, just 1 or 2 lines, so that you know what is there in that point. It will help you, and but please remember that this does not mean that previous year's questions will be repeated, because in case of mercantile law, at least, this doesn't happen. If you look at all the previous year's question papers, questions are hardly ever repeated. So do not work on any assumption that the questions will be repeated. That's why I should solve the papers. If that's your motivation, don't. Take it as revision. Then end of chapter questions. These are there in the textbooks which you have, and it is useful to solve these, because it will just make your revision very easy for you, because instead of looking through the entire chapter and trying to spot what you really need, if you solve the question, you have the points right before you. Now some tips for note making. What do you write, or how? I have already told you what you write in your notebook, but how should you write? So I would say, don't just list the points of which would be pertaining to a particular answer. Write one or two sentences so that you know what is the explanation pertaining to that. So very briefly write that down, and always learn with examples. So when you are learning, say, express contract and implied contract, it is always best learned with an example. Quasi contract, you need to mention the example, because if you are attempting a theoretical answer in law, at least it helps, because it communicates your understanding of the concept, that you have understood what is quasi contract. That can be determined from the example which you are giving. Please pay attention to semester wise weightage in the topics which you are tackling, because already I mentioned that if your paper is 80 marks, usually 48 marks are for topics from the second semester or second term, and 32 marks are from the first semester. So accordingly, you need to pay attention to this also. So do not indiscriminately drop. I'm not saying that you just don't study first term or whatever, but please pay attention that if you have 4 topics in the second semester and 4 topics in the first semester, so accordingly do the math. Roughly 8 marks from each chapter are going to come from the first semester, and here maybe 12 marks will come. So accordingly you plan your work, and do not indiscriminately just drop topics. Your ability to face your law examination, and to go with a fresh mind and no anxiety as such, depends on your preparation. It's entirely in your hand, and I would say preparation is the only key to excelling in law. So please do not, as I mentioned, I'm reinforcing, don't indiscriminately leave out topics. Don't assume that, okay, questions have already come on this, so I don't need to study this, or they've never come on this, so I need to study this and I need to ignore other things. So that is not up to you. You are not the paper setter, so please do not try to think like one. You are the person who has to answer the exam, and your ability to answer will depend on how well prepared you are. So thank you. I hope all these tips help you to prepare better for your law examination, especially all the final year students who've been facing a lot of anxiety with what will happen relating to their exams. I wish you all the best, and if you like the content on this in this video on this channel, please hit like, subscribe and comment. Thank you.